going on, guys? Afflicted Gamer here, back with another Division video. It's Friday, it's the vendor reset, so I'm going to be going from place to place, DZ checkpoint to checkpoint, to find out what the best items are for sale this week in the Division. If the video is helpful in any way, shape, or form, please drop it a like. It's much appreciated, and it does help the channel grow. And if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing for more Division content, as I do put these out every single Friday. The hub blueprints vendor, please double check this guy, because it looks like I own everything other than the snub-nosed rhino and a firearms vest, because when you have one blueprint, it goes across all of your characters, and you don't get to see what's there because you've already bought it. Alright, how were the exotics this week? The Cassidy 299% stagger with Brutal, Ferocious, and Boomstick, which is good for PvE if you want to run the double Cassidys. Pecan, 18% damage to targets out of cover with Predatory, Destructive, and Pecan. You could actually make use out of this if you really wanted to. Centurion, Expert, and Swift. Pass. Liberator, 22% enemy armor damage. Capable, Talented, and Brutal. Nope. Historian, 157% headshot damage with Intense, Brutal, and History repeats. You can reroll Intense for something else if you really want to get your hands on a Historian. And then the regular gear, which is pretty much what I name it, unless there is something good like this M870 Express. 331% stagger with Responsive, Commanding, and Deadly. Get rid of Commanding for something else like Destructive, and you've got yourself a pretty darn good M870. But yes, I do pretty much just name this gear because a lot of people still like to see what's here. Don't forget that on the 23rd, the next global event will begin, so things like this very good Tactician's Authority Vest, in my opinion, because you can get rid of the health on kill for skill haste. You've got health and ammo capacity on it, 1240 stamina. They're not going to be as popular, I guess you could say, or as needed. Same thing with the Lone Star Vest. Not too bad, get rid of the EDR for something else, but there are classifieds out there. Alpha Bridge. This is actually a pretty decent vest. I don't really like the kill XP, but all resistance, reroll that for health, and overall you're good to go if you really did need to, if you complete your set. So this stuff, again, please let me know in the comments if you actually still want to see these items. This is a decent Reclaimer backpack. Obviously, you could reroll the electronics number for something else, make it a little bit higher, put it into a different slot, but it is good. The regular gear is good, and we do have new players coming to the game every single day. For Hunter's Faith holster, that's actually pretty darn good too. 1200 across the board. Not a terrible Firecrest. I mean, you would have to obviously use DivTech to optimize this, but this gear set is coming in less than 2 weeks as a classified version. So, is it worth it? You guys let me know. Electronics mod, it's not even at 250, so I would pass. And the extended mag is not terrible if you don't have the blueprint or better one. Get a few for now, and then when the blueprint comes around, pick that up. 113% mag size, 4% crit damage, 4.9% rate of fire. Not the greatest, not the worst, but if you're new to the game, that will come in handy. Alrighty, let's move on. Alright, upstairs at the armory, there's a few things for sale here. First up, Marine Super 90, 340% stagger with Unforgiving, Ferocious, and Accurate. Accurate's in the free slot, so you can reroll that for something else and have a really good PvE shotgun. There's an SVD for sale here, which is not too bad. 143% headshot damage, that's on the low side, but Deadly, Intense, and Disciplined are on it. I would get rid of Intense for something else. And again, if you're brand new to the game, here's a extended mag you could pick up just for basic credits instead of Phoenix credits. It's only a 111% mag size, 4% crit damage, and 5% rate of fire. Like, it's not the greatest. Only grab it if you need it because you're brand new to the division.
I understand. Tough. I'll see you around.
Alright, see you around, bro. Alright, at the gear vendor upstairs in the base of ops, for those of you again searching for damage to elites, this week we've got a better electronics version than last week. 205 electronics with 3% damage to elites. Pick them up if you need them. Alright, up now at Camp Clinton, the blueprints vendor, I believe he has a Super 90 for sale here. Double checked on my PC character, and I believe there's a Super 90, and I don't know what the other weapon is because I own it. And then the special equipment vendor over here for exotics, Unforgiving, Predatory, and Pecan are on the Pecan, which is actually quite nice. 20% damage to targets out of cover. This would be very good once again for PvE, or reroll Predatory for something else like Deadly and use it in PvE with a pretty good Lone Star build. Expert and Unforgiving are on the Centurion. Capable, Unforgiving, and Boomstick are on the Cassidy. You could get rid of Capable for something else and again run the double Cassidys. Liberator has Destructive, Dominant, and Focused on it, so I would absolutely pass. The Historian's got Cool-Headed, Adept, and History Repeats, 157% headshot damage. You can use that in a skill build if you really wanted to, and once again, this is the rest of the regular gear that is down here. I'm just going to let you guys check it out. Not too bad of a striker mask. But yeah, please let me know down in the comments below what you want me to do with this stuff here, if you still want to see it or not. Like the rapid chest plate here, you could reroll the EDR if you wanted to for something like skill haste, or bump up the firearms number, put it into stamina, but either way that's a good rapid chest plate for the Haxo builds. Vest of the Nomad isn't terrible. You could make use out of that if you really needed to complete a build. So that's why I'm going to ask this question for the next couple of weeks until we have the next global event pop up. I have to keep the new players in mind. So everybody that's been here from day one that says skip it, please keep the new players in mind. Tactician's Authority Gloves. These are very good. I would pick them up to complete a set if I knew that the classifieds weren't just around the corner, but those are really good gloves. And anything else? Alpha Bridge, not terrible. I would get rid of marksman rifle damage for something else. And other than that, we've got a 4% ballistic shield damage mod here for anybody running defense. Extended mag, I would pass because of the reload speed, and that is it for up here at Camp Winton. Making our way into the dark zone. I can't believe that's everything in the light zone. Up here at West 46th Street, he's got a prototype firearms mod for sale here. 262 firearms with over 3,000 skill power. I would absolutely grab a few of these unless you have a blueprint or the better one.
Oh, you'll be back.
Yep, next Friday. Alright, over at East 31st Street, she's got one item for sale here, which is this Vigorous chestplate. 1258 stamina, 5.5% enemy armor damage, 9% skill haste, and 50% ammo capacity in the minor. You could either reroll the enemy armor damage or skill haste for health, and you've got yourself a very good Vigorous chestplate.
Proximity threat has been eliminated. Scanning for additional hostiles.
Alright, at the East 42nd Street DZ checkpoint, there's two items here. First up is a prototype performance mod with 5% support station healing speed. Perfect for builds like Reclaimer. And then there is a loud vent break with 17% crit hit damage, 3% crit hit chance, 5.5% headshot damage with 41% increased threat on it. Go ahead and pick a few of those up unless you already have a better one.
Come on, I'm desperate here.
Sorry about your luck, pal. Okay, up at the East 53rd Street DZ checkpoint, she's got a lightweight M4 for sale here. 21% enemy armor damage with Ferocious, Swift, and Prepared. I would reroll Swift for something else, and you would have yourself a very good PvE lightweight M4.
Stop wasting my time.
Okay, up at the Park Ave DC checkpoint, there's one item for sale here, which is this custom M44. The headshot damage is on the low side, but you could optimize it if you really want a good custom M44. 141% headshot damage, 117k base damage with Destructive, Fierce, and Unforgiving. Reroll Fierce for something like Brutal, and you're set to go.
Next time, come ready to buy.
Don't tell me what to do. Okay, and for the final stop of the week up at the DZ09 safe room, there's a couple items that are for sale up here that you might want to take a look at. Striker knee pads, if you don't have the classified version, 1246 firearms, over 16,000 health, burn resist, disrupt resist, bleed resist. You really can't go wrong there at all. And then if you scoot down to the other vendor, he has another extended mag for sale, which is a little bit better than the other ones. 160.5% mag size, 4% crit damage, and then 4.6% rate of fire. So if you don't have the blueprint or a better one, I would go ahead and pick a few of those up until you get a better one. No, I don't need it. So anyways, sadly, that was everything that was for sale this week in the division. Hopefully next week will be better, and then everybody can be ready for the global event on the 23rd for those of you that are still in need of certain gear pieces and mods. But regardless, if the video was helpful, once again, drop a like on it. It's very much appreciated. You can follow me on Twitter at Afflicted Gamer, and the stream times for me to be live here on YouTube are at the end of the video. Other than that, have a great weekend, agents, and I will see you soon in the next one.